Attention please. This upload is only for educational purpose. No intention to infringe copyrights. Learning English with subtitles. GPITRAL. GPITRAL. Definitely a must-see. Follow us.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello and welcome to The Sixth Sense. My name is Colin Fry and I'd like to invite you to join me as we try to draw the two worlds just a little bit closer together. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for being here today. Let's see where the spirit take me. The first connections it seems to be trying to take place is I have someone with me at the moment who is trying to impress upon me the importance of the name of Adrian. Why am I being drawn here? My darling, does this make sense to you?
Not myself. My husband's Adrian.
Your husband's Adrian?
Yeah.
Spirit side of life?
No.
This side of life? Is there something going on to do with the law court at the moment?
I'm actually doing jury service next Monday.
Right, OK, I am with you. I said, give me a confirmation to just law court. OK. My love, I've got a gentleman here and I feel that he passed to the world of the spirit and either he they were trying to do a bypass or he was waiting for a bypass.
Yes, he...
Right,
yeah.
OK. All right, and he in some way connects to you and Adrian, but I feel that for some reason Adrian's important to him. Were they talking about stripping a vein from his leg or taking a vein from his leg?
They were talking about some sort of surgery for him, yes.
Right. And what does he want to thank you for cleaning around something?
I think Adrian's helped to clean out all his bits from the garage and things.
About cleaning around things?
Yeah. He's tidied up, so...
And, my darling, Adrian's mum is still with us this side of life?
Yeah.
Because the feeling that I'm being given here is that to mention about the fact that if we go to a bottom of a garden area or something, something needs to be cut back rather badly.
Right.
All right.
OK. His ashes are actually at the bottom of the garden, so...
There's something there that needs to be cut back rather badly. He's talking about something overhanging or overgrowing.
Right. OK.
D-O-U-G-L-A-S. Douglas.
That's his name.
All right, OK. He's asking also that his love and best wishes have got to be passed on to 3 other people. I feel his wife is one of them, but I feel either there is, like, 2 other children that also need to have his love passed on as well. But please, would you also understand, has his name or is his name going to be engraved in something that's either glass or crystal?
We haven't decided anything yet, so...
But it's a conversation, isn't it, about
Yes.
something that's going to have his name engraved on it. But what he's showing me is, I don't know whether it's a suggestion from him or something that he wants to put his input into it. He's showing me what is either glass or crystal.
Right. OK.
And I think it's like his input into the conversation that he knows that's been taking place. I'll leave Douglas's love with you. All right.
I was intrigued as to how things went on here. I came just for a lovely day out, which I've obviously had.
I have someone with me at the moment who is trying to impress upon me the importance of the name of Adrian.
At first I was scared, because obviously that's my husband's name. And then afterwards I sort of calmed down and I thought, right, OK, this is a message for my husband, then I'm here to take it.
They were trying to do a bypass or he was waiting for a bypass?
My husband's father should have had a bypass. Unfortunately, his health deteriorated and he didn't make it.
Were they talking about stripping a vein from his leg or taking a vein from his leg?
They'd talked about taking a vein out of his leg, but obviously his health wasn't so good, so he couldn't have it done.
D-O-U-G-L-A-S. Douglas.
That's his name.
I was very, very shocked, and just confirmed to me that he's okay. My father-in-law was called Douglas Derman. He was 70 when he died. He was a very quiet gentleman, would do anything for you, and is very, very well known with all his friends and family.
What does he want to thank you for cleaning around something?
After he died, it was the clearing out of all his stuff. His mum was very upset, obviously, and both Adrian and his brother, Clive, helped to clear out everything, and it was nice to know that Doug had seen this and said thank you.
If we go to a bottom of a garden area or something, something needs to be cut back rather badly.
We've planted a tree in memory of my father-in-law, which is at the bottom of the garden, and maybe it needs tidying up around there. I'll have to go around and have a look.
Has his name, or is his name going to be engraved in something that's either glass or crystal?
We have been talking about having his name put on something, but nobody's actually come up with anything, so maybe now we'll look into maybe a piece of crystal and have it engraved onto there.
He's asking also that his love and best wishes have got to be passed on to 3 other people.
The 3 people that Doug was leaving his love for was his wife, Doreen, and his 2 sons, Clive and Paul, obviously brothers of Adrian.
I'll leave you to pass Douglas's love on and his love to you as well.
The experience has been absolutely fantastic. I will cherish it for the rest of my life.
In today's one-to-one reading, I took a trip to Folkestone in Kent and called upon a lovely lady called Tracy. Sometimes when you do a reading for somebody, the information that you give is the least thing that a person expects. And in Tracy's case, it turned out to be more than a little bit embarrassing. Let's take a look and see what happened.
My name's Tracy Parsons. I live in Hawkinge, which is near Folkestone. I'm having a one-to-one today with Colin Fry. I am a firm believer in the afterlife. I don't believe you die, I just believe you go to somewhere better than we live today. I'm really excited in meeting Colin, a bit nervous too, but really hoping my friend will come through to me.
Hello. All right, nice to meet you.
Come in.
Thank you. Thank you very much for meeting with me today for this one-to-one sitting.
You're welcome.
Do you know, sometimes sittings can start off in the most peculiar of ways. The first impression I'm being given is I'm getting an impression of a lady who's trying to connect to me. And I've been trying to puzzle it out for like a few seconds now about why she keeps on putting images of blackbirds in my mind. She used to like to go out and she used to like to feed the birds, but she hated it when the blackbirds came because they used to pinch all the food. I really do feel from her that as a young woman or a small girl, you were very important to her. Okay, all right. Now the feeling she gave me is either you used to visit her or used to stay with her. And I just get the feeling that she's connected to you through Mum's side of the family, not Dad's side of the family. I've got the feeling that we're probably talking about your maternal grandmother, your mum's mum.
My grandmother's name was Connie Blinkhorn. She used to live in Folkestone. I used to go and see her at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. I did used to stay with her, and it was really nice to know that I was really important to her. She used to feed the birds most mornings. The blackbirds used to really annoy her because they used to pinch the food from the little birds, so she didn't like it.
The only way that I can describe her, Tracy, is she's uncomplicated. And I just get the feeling that in life she used to take a lot of pleasure out of very simple things.
She did enjoy the simple things in life, like feeding the birds, just generally going in town, talking to her friends and seeing her family. Her family meant the world to her.
I know she's trying to tell us about someone else who's also spirit side of life. If she's not talking about herself, she's trying to refer to somebody else. And I know we're talking about female. All right, okay. Who developed the bowel or the stomach cancer?
My friend.
Now tell me, did your friend leave behind 3 children or 3 important family members? Because I'm getting a reference there to being that, like, as Gran is trying to help this all happen today, the message is for you and 3 younger people.
Yeah.
So I feel as though she must have left 3 children behind that would want to know that their mum has, like, communicated.
When Colin mentioned that she had left 3 children, that's when I knew it was my friend. Her name was Maria. Maria was a really lovely character. She had a fantastic personality. She loved life, she loved people, and more important, she loved her family. They were the well to her. She was only 42 when she passed, and from when they told her she was terminally ill, they gave her a year to live, and she went on to live 2 years. So,
What have you had to do that was funny recently with either a bucket or a washing up bowl?
I'm not telling you.
Do you know what this is all about? Because I can feel her in my mind, laughing her head off, and she's saying, just mentioned to her that I saw her do, and I know it's either like a bucket or a washing up bowl, and it was like really funny.
I didn't think anyone could see.
She said, you've got to tell her, the feeling she gives you, you've got to tell her, someone did see her, I saw her.
It was really early hours one morning. My husband had got up to go to work and he was having a shower. I couldn't get into the bathroom. I'd gone downstairs to make a cup of tea and I was busting to go to the toilet. I thought no one could see me in the back garden. That was it. Obviously she could.
The feeling that I'm actually getting here is the fact is that you've took some big part in her children's life after she passed over, for which she's very grateful to you for. It's almost like she's aware that you took responsibility for her children for her when she passed away. All right, you can understand that. All right.
The youngest one I still do. She knows I'm around if she needs me. The older 2, they don't really need me, but I'm there if they do. I only spoke to Kate the other day and said, you need some money? She said, no, I don't. So I said, well, look, I'm here if you need me. She said, OK, thank you.
Look, would you please understand that you either... OK, my darling, all right, this is... quite recently you either had to do something or say something to the youngest about not being cross with her, but having to explain something to her in quite a firm manner.
I haven't yet. I said I'd speak to her later.
Ah. Are you sort of dreading this? Because your friend here has just actually just given me this feeling you're going to have to do what you think is best. But you don't like the idea of having to do it. And yet our friend here has actually given me the feeling what you've got to do has got to be done. Right. So you don't have to feel bad about it because she will support you.
Great.
She's supporting you with it. She's given me the feeling, you know, sort of like via and through your gran, that she actually understands what you've got to do and you shouldn't feel bad about having to do it.
Yeah, that was true what Colin had said about her youngest daughter, Kate. I did want to have words with her and I did the following day. She did listen to me and I know it's what Maria would have wanted me to do. She's got a few little problems at the moment. She's growing up, she's at that awkward age. So hopefully I've helped her out a little bit just by going and speak to her. And I know she listened to me as well.
Why does she make reference to earrings?
She wore loads of earrings.
I would see like lots of earrings.
She had loads. She did have loads of earrings to the extent that we used to call her the gypsy girl with her dark black hair and loads of earrings and jewellery. The feeling that I'm getting, as you know, is that Nan's still very involved in this. Like she's like piggybacking a lot of this information through for your friend, because I really don't feel as though your friend's been over that long. You know, I think she's been passed fairly recently. Would you understand that? Mm-hmm. It was really nice that Nan came through to help Maria, as Maria's only been gone less than a year. And that's really typical of Nan. That's the sort of thing she'd do, anything to help anybody, as she really knew Maria as well. So they were really good friends too.
Her 3 children are like, they're important to her, and I can feel that. It's, and they get this feeling of being so grateful to you for like stepping in for her, stepping in to sort of like keep an eye on them. And she's very grateful to you for that.
When Colin mentioned to me that Maria was really grateful for what I'd done for her and her children, that meant the world to me. That was fantastic to hear that.
And with that, I'm going to say, I'm going to leave your gran and her love with you. And thank you very much for inviting me along today to do this private sitting for you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
When my friend came through, I was so excited, very nervous, didn't know what she was going to come out with, the sort of things she would say. But it was wonderful to hear from her.